What is up, everybody? We are back once again with another episode of Get On My Level. Looks like we're rocking on episode 12 today. As usual, we have our co host, Life Android. Say what's up, boys.
What's happening?
How we doing today?
Man, we are live, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I've been telling people I'm not sure if this is death, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. Um, how y'all been? I know last week we missed our show. Shit happens. Blah blah blah. I think it actually was kind of a blessing because I didn't have a shit ton to talk about. If we're being honest, last week was really slow on the news front. There was just it was the same shit. You know what I mean? Um,
Yep.
Nothing really new. I think they've kind of said like, yeah, well, before I posted some shit in the chat, there was just the same stuff about Battlefield. Nothing new. I hadn't seen anything new on like some of the games that had just hit. For everybody, we've been talking about this. Well, I've been talking about this game, Humankind, for a minute. It dropped on the 17th. Um, Prior to it coming out, like it was a lot less talked about than I thought it was going to be. FYI,
Yeah.
if you have Xbox Game Pass and you have PC, it is free on Xbox Game Pass. Nab this bitch up. It's kind of nice. Not gonna front. Um, what Madden drops here soon. I know Xbox had an issue with their um, EA Pass bullshit where you get to play it for 10 hours early. Evidently, Xbox had just the worst time with that for some reason. I didn't look into the details, but they basically told Xbox players, like, hey, guys, here you go. You can do it now, even though the Windows passed because you get fucked. Yeah, it was kind of like, okay, that's what happened. Like, what happened there? Nothing like PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, PC, no reported issues. Xbox couldn't do it. It's like, wait,
That's
what?
kind of wild.
Yeah, I was like,
Xbox usually never misses on online shit until you remember the great hacks of Xbox past when
yes,
they was fucking up the networks badly,
yes, yes.
right along with PlayStation. But go
The
ahead,
good
continue.
old days, the good old days. But other than that, we didn't really have much to talk about last week. Any fucking ways, we were just probably going to talk out our ass, which is probably going to do a little bit this week. We have some news. I don't think we have enough for like a that we can't break down pretty quick. I know I had a couple things I was going to touch on with Android probably later in the show about games that I've been playing that he plays. Me and Life might go over a couple things that we've seen possibly, but other than that, we have some small news. You boys find anything interesting? I'll let you two take the floor first because, like I said, I only have like three or four. Have you found anything out there on the interwebs that is worth us even mentioning?
Right now, no, it's hella slow. What is it? Vanguard is has been announced by Activision.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Not really excited for it, unfortunately.
Makes two
It
of us.
just sounds like more of the same COD shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it'll be interesting to see what they do with Warzone going forward because people seem to be getting burned out on Verdansk and Verdansk's minor revisions.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting, man. I'm seeing a lot of people jump back to Apex Legend. I might venture my ass out there soon because
Nah.
I've been watching content and the shit actually is starting to be a little bit entertaining.
Yeah, that's what got me with PUBG. Not gonna front. That's why I started playing that a little bit. Um, Due to my workflow, that's why I haven't been playing much. Had been working till 9 again, kind of recently, so that kind of fucked a lot of that up. But um, at the same time, I've had the opportunity to play, like I said, kind of stuff. But other than that, like I'm with you. I haven't seen anything. That's why I was gonna give you to the floor. Maybe you had like some like little insights on things that you've been playing, dicked with. I know for
Uh,
you, life for the most part, it's been the usual. Maybe a little golf with friends,
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, I just have a couple little things. They're just small things that I can go over real quick. But
No hurry, no hurry.
Sega is celebrating their 60th anniversary. Uh, every day from on their website, it says celebrate 60 years of Sega. every day from 14th October to the 13th December 2021. We are celebrating 60 years of Sega with 60 days of anniversary content. They were giving away Nights into Dreams on Steam for free.
Oh, nice.
Just totally free. Free copy of it. If you like that Sega Saturn shit, then that might be right up your alley.
Nostalgia.
But other than that, Black Myth Wukong is being developed. It's a game,
The Chinese game, right?
Yeah.
That one that had that fire ass trailer everybody talked about like 7-8 months ago.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they
Okay.
just dropped a new gameplay trailer. It's 12 minutes long. If you want to check it out, I just sent it in our chat.
Yeah,
and it's apparently like supposedly now I just read this somewhere, but I guess it's the first game being developed in Unreal 5 that's going to be released anyway, like the first release of Unreal 5. So, and man, it looks like it. You watch that trailer, man, watching these men walk through the snow, like it's crazy. Even the dips of his staff into the snow make imprintations, whereas in older games it just clipped through.
Yeah.
Like you affect your environment. It's pretty crazy.
Right, I remember. Fuck, I can't remember the game. It was an Activision game, snow-based multiplayer game, bombed. But when they showed it, they showed people walking through the snow, all the little shit, like all the little imprints that they made, all the effects that they had on the environment, and then when the game came out, they just failed to deliver. So I'm hoping with Unreal Engine 5, all the cinematics that we used to see, all the little game clips that we used to get where they made that shit look beautiful. I hope and pray that they fucking deliver, and they deliver across all platforms, because maybe that's what it was at the time. We were Xbox players, and now we're part of the master race. So
possibly.
Yeah, I
Definitely
feel you. Its release date is apparently 2023, so we're not going to see it for a while. We're not going to see it for a while, but it looks like an interactive fucking cutscene, dude. Like it looks like a CGI cutscene that you're playing.
When that trailer,
I'm happy about.
When that first trailer got leaked, that wasn't supposed to get leaked. That was like a almost like a pilot trailer for the company. The one that we saw 6 months ago. From what I understand, it was never supposed to get out. It was never supposed to see the light of day, and when it did, it caused a shitstorm. But yeah, that shit looks mad fire. And that's from a cinematic. Like I said, nothing gameplay wise that had even been talked about. It was just a fucking cinematic where you've got the Monkey King looking Monkey Kingly, and it's like, oh shit,
yeah, man.
This looks like some Hollywood, like it for real. Like the first trailer they dropped was like some Hollywood level fucking cinematics.
It really is, and that's why this new trailer is really exciting, because it's 12 minutes of just straight gameplay. Gameplay, and it looks just as good. It doesn't look like it's lost any of that. It looks fucking stellar.
I think we finally starting to get to the point graphically where the games could truly look like the cinematics.
Yeah.
With RTX and everything else.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. So no, I was just saying with RTX and everything else, I think we're there. The Unreal 5 engine looks like it is going to be a fucking giant leap forward for developers.
Yeah, it could. I think the biggest I don't want to say like thing that's holding it back, but it is probably the best way to put that. Is still the tech. Like I think graphic card wise, we're there to an extent, but like you saw with like Cyberpunk, right? Like it was a beautiful game, but it would just murder machines.
Yeah.
How to optimize it, I think, is like the current battle.
Yeah, like make it so that the average consumer can actually play the shit without melting their system.
Yeah, that's kind of key.
Yeah, I feel you.
Unfortunately,
yeah, you're totally right though.
That's where some of the I think the issues with some of the games that have been coming out here and there is people. I had read like that's like I can't remember what game it was. Some company tried to say that, and even though they were saying it, like everybody knew that it was like some bullshit because like the way they did it. Um, but at the same time, it's like, well, you can't fault them for like not wanting to have more players be able to fuck with the game, right? Like it's they were trying to say they were going to alienate a certain blah 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 of their player base, and like I said, in that instance, we knew they were full of shit,
Yeah.
but it was a valid point at the end of the day, right? It's like they were using that as a scapegoat, but at the same time, they're not wrong, right? Like you can't,
No, they're really not.
yeah, um, you can't have a game that's so powerful that not everybody can play it because then you're technically losing out, right? Um, I don't know. It's kind of a weird spot for a lot of the developers and shit to be in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but I like that we're kind of like at that junction, right? Where it's like, all right, this is our biggest problem. It's like, can the average consumer fuck with it, or are we alienating a certain player base just because our game is too good? That's a
Man,
problem I like.
so I just posted something in the group chat, and it actually is, and this topic just made me think about it, and I should have posted this probably about a week or two ago. Um, but it looks like Amazon had released a game
Mhm.
called New World, and they were beta
Oh,
testing it,
I've heard of that briefly.
and it was bricking people's fucking graphics cards,
I
most
believe that.
specifically 3090s. Now that's our most powerful to date, right?
Uh, what's considered gaming PC? Yeah, anything
Yeah,
over that is kind of like you're talking about $2,000 fucking
yeah.
workstation and
Right,
Consumer grade,
consumer
yeah,
grade, yeah.
yeah,
consumer grade,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
our highs. So, so I mean, while we're close, we might actually still be quite a bit of ways away.
Yeah,
Optimization is key. It's sounding
yeah,
like,
excessively.
uh, but I mean, I'm excited, man. I think we're close. We're close to getting the games that we kind of always dreamed about. Could you imagine fucking what's the game that I hate on PlayStation? Fucking because it used to be 90% cinematic, 2% game.
The Last of
Fucking
Us.
no. not, not
Shots
Fantasy
fired.
Star Online.
Final
Damn it, man.
Fantasy.
What a Final Fantasy, bruh.
Took me a minute to realize where you're going with
Yeah, I drew a blank on it because I had so many other games just rattle around in my head. But
that.
could you imagine if Final Fantasy was fully playable to the way it looked? Like
Right.
back on the first, just think about the first PlayStation
Mhm.
when Final Fantasy dropped and you were like, ooh, this shit finna be fire. And then you see all them goddamn polygons and then you go to a cutscene and that shit crisp like you watching a movie and then you get back to game and your character blocky as fuck.
I feel
Like
that.
now we finally are starting to get to a point where shit they can control skin pigment. You know what
Playable
I'm saying?
cinematics.
Hmm.
Yeah, like where
Hmm.
shit is just as beautiful as those cutscenes.
Yeah.
Where it actually doesn't even make sense for them to blend in a video. They just they use the characters in game to for the cutscene. Like all of that shit was not possible, bruh, for a while. But now we're getting to the point where Star Wars could look like Star Wars for real.
Yeah.
And I mean, our player count for games has gone up drastically
Yeah, an insane
for
amount. Yeah.
multiplayer games. So I don't know, man. I like where we're headed, but it's still a long ways to go, man. Fucking
Oh yeah.
gamers be happy. The only downside, man, is developers. Really, that's the major key of this whole thing. As developers kind of push away from AAA to get money, basically. because their indie titles make money. They don't charge for them 9 times out of 10, and then they just make money on the back end because it's a creative enough game to carry people, and people want to spend money with you.
Mm.
People like customization and optimization. So I don't know, man. It's one of those things where I feel like we're on a path that we should be on, but shit. Sometimes like
It's
New World
just
found
out of
out.
grasp.
Yeah, like and the players of the beta players for New World found it out the worst way by
Yeah,
breaking their
unfortunately.
fucking graphics card.
Yeah.
Luckily, EVGA said they'll replace them, but it looks like YouTuber Jay's 2 cents found he put out a whole list of them that were basically breaking and having issue just based on user reports, and it covered damn near everything that was RTX. So that's the 6800, 6800 XT, 6900 XT, 3080 Ti, 3090. Hell, what's crazy is it even went back and fucked up somebody's RX 590. That's kind of crazy. But
Yeah.
it's one of those things where you just like, man, as we push the boundaries, do you really want to? And you see now that we're breaking graphics cards. Do you really want to be a beta tester?
Well, I mean, I think beta testers are some of the most important people that we have in gaming in that sense, especially because they're the ones that sacrifice their hardware so that the rest of us know where we're at. You know what I mean?
But
Yeah.
would you be willing to risk your $1,500 and that's on a low end 3090 graphics card?
Fuck no. That's why I praise beta testers. You know what I mean? Because
you go
I
let
am too
hold
much
that
of a
smoke.
coward to do it myself.
Yeah,
I
you go.
love playing beta tests, but with that type of news out there, I don't know how as a tester could you limit it somehow. But they want you to fucking run it at the highest settings. They want you to
Yeah,
run
they
it
want to
at
see. They want to
max.
see what the fuck's up.
So I don't know, man. That's some iffy, risky shit, and you're doing it at your own risk. I mean, I got a couple of coins, but god damn it, man.
Right.
And it sounds like EVGA is the only fucking reputable company that said, you know what, we understand what happened, and we'll replace those 3090s. But it sounds
Our
like
bad.
it sounds like these other manufacturers just gonna let that shit fall by the wayside, Bucko.
Well, yeah. I mean, EVGA is one of the bigger names in that sphere, right? For like how good their product's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
So they really want to show that they have the consumers back because that's a brand loyalty thing, right? Like,
Yep.
so that's cool that they're willing to do that. Um, I'm not overly surprised that some of the others aren't doing it. Um,
Yeah, me either. I'm surprised I'm a little surprised that they did it, but they are one of the premier
yeah,
brands in graphics cards, at least in my eyes.
yeah, they're definitely like the one you look at buying first because you know that you have a good
Yep.
chance. I'm trying to think of some of the other low ends that you're kind of like, I don't know if I want to fuck with this one, Scott.
I mean, there's Zotac. I currently have a Gigabyte card.
Yeah,
Uh,
Gigabyte's probably next. If it's not in the same tier as EVGA,
it's like
it's right there. Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
like the tier under, and it's like, all right, cool, like whatever. You don't feel
I mean,
too
you also
bad.
have manufactured cards, but
Yeah,
I don't know, man. That shit is just a wild. That's a wild thing to occur.
yeah, for sure.
Like I'd be sick. I'm already sick about my little bullshit ass motherboard situation, and I could always go buy another one. There aren't any more 3090s. That's the other part of that equation. I
Yeah,
have like if I got the money and I could replace it, cool. You talking about basically going out and trying to buy a pair of Jordans? Like dog, nah, it ain't gonna happen. You gotta buy the bullshit and the bootlegs. out here. You want the real deal Air Jordans that Jordan wore. Instead, you out here you got a selection of nothing but Team Jordans. Like, fam, Mike never put his feet in this shoe silhouette. I don't want them shits. Like that's that's the way that shit is going, man. And that's unfortunate, dog. So, all you beta testers, thank y'all. But be careful, buddy.
Yeah.
Because there is no GoFundMe for your goof ass.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But that's one of those things. Like you do it at your own peril, kind of knowing it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody expected to brick their fucking graphics card.
Yeah, I mean, you don't go into it being like, oh yeah, this is gonna fuck my shit up. But at the same time, you also know that there's that chance, right? Like,
yeah, you should have that little voice in the back of your head anytime you go to beta test something that says, hey, this might fuck up your shit.
Yeah, because
I never looked at beta test that way.
Yeah, because
I never have either until now, but I didn't think it was a problem until recently.
Well, I mean, at the same time, we never like this is one of the first times we've ever used like people using their own personal PCs like a work remote from home thing, you know.
Yeah.
So this is like one of the first times. Like, they brick fucking computers probably at a company, where they're doing it, and usually they probably break those right and left, but we just don't hear about it. Like they're gonna publicize that, in our beta test at fucking wherever it's fucking.
That's usually like an alpha test, but before you go beta, publicly beta, you would think, damn, they would have tested. But I guess shit, you only get the equipment that you get at your office.
Yeah, because you got to remember, like, I don't know if this was it an open beta or was it just like was it a closed beta? Because that matters too.
I think it was closed beta. That I'm not 100% sure on.
Because for it to make
it not fall on my radar, so
yeah, for it to make it past like alpha and brick some shit, like somebody in the alpha testing phase fucked up, or they weren't pushing it that hard, which is super rare, right? Like,
yeah,
that's where like alpha is where you like a lot of the smaller stuff makes it through. That's why you do the closed beta, right? They go hunt for the small shit, Dave, who's not an actual gamer, like he programs more than he games. He's not the dude that jumps at the wall for 4 hours type of gamer. You know who I'm talking
about. Yeah.
And that's why you do that, right? So for it to make it out of alpha into any form of beta where it has the potential for that, like something like maybe they just fucking didn't really mind their P's and Q's, which is possible, right? Everybody likes to say you can't use COVID as an excuse, but it's like, yeah, you kind of can.
I hate when people say you can't use COVID as an excuse.
Yeah.
Well, right. It's like you have all kinds of regulations and fucking workspaces now. Like,
yeah, and not only that, like you got people working from home and shit. Like, and I know people are like, oh, well, you got to separate home from work while you're working from home. It's like, dude, if I'm at home and my kids are home, and then fucking little Daisy runs through the house with the goddamn lighter and a candle, I'm gonna go attend to my kids. So I might have missed your little fucking memo. My bad, G. My bad.
I'm at home. I'm working remote. I've been working remote since early pandemic. Let's say like April of 2020 or whenever this shit kicked off. I was already working from home. If the fucking doorbell rings, like I was in a meeting, my doorbell rang. I gotta go to the door. Like, I gotta go see who's at my door and why are they at my door? Like, what's going on? Because I'm home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. There's no way. It's physically impossible. They say to separate work from home when you work from home, but that shit is physically impossible.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you could just do, like, especially easily, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm just paying attention to work and work alone today while I'm at home, and I got some home shit I need to tend to. That's not gonna bother me. Like I get like, there's a reason why like a lot of places don't want you working from home, and like now more so I understand it than ever, right? But places have to understand like that's the world we live in currently, and you're just gonna have to suck it up and deal with it.
Yeah, it puts a real dent in productivity, but understandably so. It's like you guys were saying, you have shit that goes on in your house that becomes your immediate priority.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like you're saying, a little kid running around with the lighter, it's like, yeah, let me just sit
dangerous
here and
line.
finish coding out this fucking line real quick before I stop little fucking Jimmy from setting the curtains on fire, you
Yeah.
know?
Exactly.
It's like, nah, I'm gonna go fucking punt him in his face real quick and hope that the Zoom meeting can't see me punting my kid in the face or trying to burn down my house.
They want you to be like the Titanic, bro. The crew on the Titanic, bro. Just go down with the ship.
Yeah. You know, you're not fucking wrong. And
Play the
that's yeah.
music and act like nothing is happening, motherfucker. That's how companies want you to be.
You're not wrong at
Shit,
all.
shit is impossible.
It's fucking ludicrous.
Especially in gaming.
Yeah.
Think about the crunch time culture, you know? They
Yep.
expect you to like prioritize it at the very top.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
That's a fact. But I don't know. I just thought that was interesting, and that just was piggybacking on kind of what you were talking about previously.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And when you said it, it just triggered a memory. Like, oh shit, I remember when they were just talking about this. Like, oh shit, which is to me that's just fucking crazy, dog. I'd be sick. Like, dog, I'm pulling up to somebody's office, bro. Somebody got to shoot me a fair one. Like,
Yeah.
which oh man, there's a viral clip now for anybody that doesn't know. I'm a fucking super fan of the Steelers, bro. I fly home to Pittsburgh to go watch games. I'll probably be staying home in Pittsburgh for a little bit, and so I'm trying to catch a couple of games while I'm up there. Hopefully the Delta variant doesn't get me. But oh man, there's a fucking viral clip going around, dude. There's a fight at the fucking preseason game, and it is super ugly. It, it's this chick. I'm a call her Karen. She going off on a black dude who's in front of her. I think she was like kind of poking him in the face or pointing in the face, and he kind of moved her hand out the way, so she slapped him,
Got me fucked
and
up.
all hell breaks loose. So
Yeah.
like you can tell the dude he's about to restrain himself. Like he kind of cocks back, like I should punch the shit out of you, but he stops himself, and then her old man gets involved. Oh my god, this dude beat the shit out this dude. Put him to parked him in F5. Goddamn it, that boy was sleep. That shit, it's just a wild ass video, and I'm sorry, that's such a random ass stop. But man, Madden's coming, and
You're not
football
wrong.
season is here,
You're not
and
wrong.
I'm fucking gassed the fuck up for fucking football season. Awkwardly, basketball season is about to be right back around. NBA 2K, fuck y'all. Um, be better, bro. That's all I ask, bro. NBA 2K turning into fucking NBA Live, bro. Be better.
Mm-hmm.
Like the absence of competition, man. You motherfuckers get lazy. So I mean, I said all to say, go Steelers. Hopefully, we have a motherfucking great season. That was a weird way to get there, but I'm gonna check out Madden and see what the fuck the new Madden is like.
Mm-hmm.
I've skipped 2K a few years. I'm probably gonna be on 2K this year, so hopefully they get that shit together for your boy. And man, it's gonna be hella streaming for me, bro. I'm about to start streaming. My little cousin kind of inspired me, dog.
You've been saying that for a hot minute.
Man, say, bro, it's hard to motherfucking turn that shit on, bro. I don't be thinking about that.
Tell me about it. It's a little bit of pain. Yeah, I haven't, like I said, since I've been working late, I haven't been able to stream as much, so my productivity in that front's taking a hit, and I'm kind of salty about it. But I'm gonna try to keep up with it more. I
Yeah.
might stream after the show today, because I haven't been able to stream as much.
Ooh wee.
I need your cousin to host a motherfucker. Um, my other homeboys, he made it to affiliate, and like he's been hosting me off and on, so I appreciate that. I got a couple follows out of that, so I really appreciate that.
who, who is your homeboy? Shout him out.
He is Tempest Inferno. I think he goes by what's it, Orca Inferno now or some shit. It was my
Oh,
old roommate.
Tempest.
Yeah, Tempest.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, he actually made affiliate. He got all the requirements. Blah blah. I try to check his stream when I can, but he always streams usually when I'm playing. So it's
Oh,
really hard for me to, I'm probably gonna start putting up my phone or something so at least he can get a view. Some of the shit he plays, like I don't have a ton of interest in, but every once in a while, he plays something stupid that I just want to see what the fuck it even is.
man. I'm trying to get better my damn self about supporting my friends that stream. If you do nothing else, just let that shit ride in the background, bro. It don't hurt shit. If you
Yeah.
got the internet for it and the graphic power for it, just let that shit rock in the background.
And I think
shit interact when you can.
Yeah, I think one of the caveats now if this is based on viewership for like major things that I've heard. For you to get like rewards and stuff, I know that you have to at least have like some semblance of volume. So turn it down as low as you possibly can. People turn it down on. They leave the browser full blast, but like manually turn down the tab. I don't know if that works. There's a lot of workarounds for people that want to do that.
Are they're sound teching it now?
To my knowledge, it's always been sound tech because like I want to say that's how like major viewership works because like I remember hearing about that on somebody's stream.
Oh, that's hella trash.
Now
yeah, that's fucking lame.
Yeah.
Especially now that you can't even stream music with the fucking shit.
Yeah.
Or
I don't know.
Let me say this a different way. You have to use bullshit ass royalty free music that nobody's 9 times out of 10 ever heard.
Yeah. I'm not gonna front. The playlist that I listen to is
not already popping.
It's from another podcast that I listen to. I'm a big fan of theirs. If anybody's heard it, it's Painkiller already. Most people probably haven't. Anyways, it's I know Life. I've shown you some videos of the guy, and I think Android knows who it is. A guy famously known as FPS Russia.
Yeah.
Yes, he's part of that podcast. Anyways, him and the other guy Woody, those two did like a lot of old school COD content. That's how I found him in the first place. They know a guy that's what he does. He makes royalties free music, and he's like, no, go use my shit. He's like, I got a Spotify playlist. I update it, and he's pretty regular on it. They like every 2 weeks they get at least 1 or 2 tracks up. It's got like 4.5 hours worth of music on that playlist, and he's like, no, that's what it's there for. He's like, he's about this world, right? And he's like, it's a lot of like EDM and trap sounding shit, but it's some of it. They got a couple songs that I'm actually jamming to these days. Like I hear it and I'm like, I fucks with that. I also hear that Twitch is implementing a thing to where if they're on Twitch and they link their Spotify, they can listen to the same song you're listening to on their Spotify.
There's a way of doing it.
Yeah, they're doing stuff like that to try to make sure the artist gets their blah blah. They're trying, like, I give them that, right? Like it's not ideal, but they're trying something, not just like, oh well, you're fucking screwed, guy. Like a lot of people are like, oh, Twitch isn't perfect. They're not gonna be perfect. They're not gonna get everything right. 90% of the fucking time they're gonna fuck up.
Man, which coming soon, man. I think we'll put together does everybody have Spotify? No? Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah, I do.
No, I don't anymore. I had it for a while, but then I started using YouTube Music, and then I don't have that anymore either. So whatever. But
Yo,
so get a Spotify, bitch.
I like and hate YouTube Music, bro. I
fucking hate it, dude. Because it's like, why are you gonna make me? How are you gonna make me pay for a feature that was free in the first place?
Yep.
All I want is to be able to play the shit outside of the app.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Even the freemium version of Spotify allows you to do that shit. So.
Yep.
That's why I hate it. That's the part that I hate about it. I've been on Spotify for years, man. I've been wanting to switch over to a couple of different services, but
yeah, I'm probably gonna go back to Spotify, honestly.
Yeah,
I gave it a shot.
Spotify is not that great. I'm so glad they got out of the fucking position of and it it kind of probably sucks for the artist, but the position of exclusives to the platform, I think the companies really realize how badly having exclusives hurt them and how it didn't really benefit them if it ends up being later released to all platforms. But I don't know, man. Spotify to me is probably the best hands down, but we need more syncing and different things like that because shit, it'd be dope to have a playlist for the pod.
Yeah,
If we all put together a playlist for the pod, kind of our musical taste all meshed into one,
that would be
I'm
utter
pretty sure
chaos.
we would come up with but it would be a fucking pretty dope ass list of like a mix of
You're not wrong.
I'm heavy hip hop, I like R&B. I think you like a lot of metal, you like rock.
Yep.
I don't
My,
really know Druid's taste in music,
I'm a bit of both.
yeah.
so I'm
A
gonna
bit
give
of
him
both.
country. No, I'm just fucking with you.
No fucking way, dude.
I think that'll be one of the few things missing from the playlist.
Yeah, honestly, like
You
you
know what's
might
funny
get
is I
like a
actually like
single
country, bro.
straggler in
Ugh.
there, you know what I mean, every once in a while because I can't
I
help
like
it. But fuck,
I like old country that's like the blues, bro. I
Yeah,
yeah,
love
okay.
man,
Yeah,
like I like
that's most
Johnny
people.
Cash, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, like, but that's different.
Yeah, you're
That's like
not
real
wrong.
country. That's not like Nashville shit.
No,
I'm
I
about to
don't
get a
mean
bunch of
pop
hate.
country.
Yeah,
Pop country,
Nashville
man.
country.
I don't. I mean, I know there's people who love it, but pop country kind of blows, bro. Because the subject matters just suck.
Yeah.
There's no substance to it. But I didn't mean to take it. Look at us, dog. Just everywhere. Now we're a music podcast on top of it. No, but no, man. I think soon, man, we'll put together a little list, man. And even if Droid isn't on there, we'll take some of his songs and add them to the list. I think it'll be smart for us to do that, man. If we just put together a little list, man, we'll just say fuck it up. Get on
he'll
my level
he'll probably
Spotify list coming
he'll
soon.
he'll probably get it because he's a douchebag and likes music like that, and then he'll want to contribute because that's how he is.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Now, if y'all smart, unfortunately, I already got a family plan. But if y'all smart, man, get y'all family plan together. Shit is what I think. What is it? It's like $6 for a single plan, $15 for 6 people, bruh.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's like 19, but yeah, I had a family plan, but nobody fucking used it. Like I had told a ton of people to use it, and nobody used it, so I just went back to single. I'm like, well, if y'all not gonna fucking use it, like, why am I paying all this money?
Nah, I got family who
No
uses
shit.
my shit, or I would just be like, man, y'all can just jump on my family plan.
Yeah,
But I found out what I found out. I mean, you know, my cousins,
yeah,
they both use it. They both game and they both use it. But I didn't realize my mom and my brother were actually using the shit. I was about to fucking cancel both of them until they were they were here about a week ago, and I found out, oh shit, y'all really use y'all shit. Y'all almost lost y'all spots.
Well, good, because you almost fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally told my brother, I was like, boy, you got lucky, Jack, because I was about to erase your shit. Get your ass right the fuck off my plan, Jack.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, I had my son on there, and like, you know, where he's at, like, it's hard for him to listen to music, and like the phones they get him, and they're pretty fucking whack half the time. And like he was like probably the only other person that was using it.
That should be coming in clutch. I be forgetting you got kids, dog. So yeah, all your shit is better on a family plan if that's the route you choose to go. If they are gonna use it.
And it's one of those like I was talking to my girl about stuff, like she's a big Apple Music fan. And I'm like, I don't.
Not a fan of Apple Music, bro. And now this is you talking to somebody who loves Apple products.
Yeah, and I talked to her, and I was like, I don't get it. And she's like, well, because of this. And then like I bust out my Spotify, and I'm like, my shit do that too. And she's like, well, I can get this, and I'm like, my shit can do that too. Like you get like 2 or 3 things that I don't get, and I was like, for me, it's just not worth it because the overall, it's like we're just trying to find certain songs, right? So like she likes some of the shit every once in a while. Like, okay, so this we're gonna go. Sorry, we're gonna continue on this music thing for a minute because it's kind of funny. I'm a bit of a weep. I like anime. We've watched a couple shows or whatever, you know. Well, me and the boys are big weeps, so we listen to a lot of the music because we love a lot of the opening soundtracks and shit, right?
Yeah, I feel
you know what I'm saying? You feel that? So she knows a couple of these songs now just by proxy, right? Like she knows
Right.
she knows crossing fields from Sword Art, right? Or like a
Nice.
couple others, right? And she'll hear it and she'll start humming. She's like, I hate you. And I just started laughing, right? Well, there was a song the other day. I was like, hey, check this out. I was like, punch the shit in your shit. And she couldn't find the song because it's not like some over the top song here in America, right? Technically, right? And she
Indian
could,
song, bro.
yeah, she couldn't find it. Well, it's not even India. It's just like an Asian pop thing, and it's like
Oh,
it's not that big. The irony of it is she got like a suggestion for something I already had to listen to, but it's showing up on Apple Music like 6 months after I had showed her the song. It was the shit for League of Legends, right? Their
Yeah.
KDA shit. I had showed her one of the songs and she's like, yeah, just suggested this to me out of the blue because it's like trending now or whatever. I'm like, y'all slow ass motherfuckers.
That's my point, bro. People be so hyped to buying the Apple products that be fucking in beta still.
Mhm.
That shit is the worst, dog. Like I ain't a sheep. I like Apple product, but they have a bunch of shit that they can fix too.
Yeah,
Shit ain't been the same since Steve Jobs passed away.
fair. I can give you that one for sure. He really did a lot for that company's ability to
It
rock.
was a standard of quality, or at least perceived quality,
Yeah.
when Steve Jobs was there. Now it's kind of like, nigga, we gonna let anybody make graphic chips. I mean, make our chips for us. Like, wait, what? Like, so basically, you just a PC with iOS on it.
Yeah.
That's it. You turn. I mean, I don't want to go down that road.
All right. Before we get too far off away from gaming, earlier we were talking about Unreal 5. I don't know if you saw that I posted that Rocket League has come out and said yes, they have been tinkering with Unreal 5 and moving the game to Unreal 5. No other information than that has been dropped. Just the simple fact that yes, they know that the people want to change. They've actually been working on it, supposedly. And Psyonix, we don't fucking know what the fuck they're doing. But the simple fact that they came out and said, you know what, guys, you were right. We're doing this is the direction we're going at least, right? Or we want to go. Is nice, right? It's nice.
So, you said this was Rocket League doing
yes,
this?
Let's talk about that a little bit further. Let's go a little bit more in depth because I looked over the article a little bit, right?
Mhm.
And this is somebody basically seeing that Rocket League or Psyonix had a posting for someone to move the game to Unreal 5.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is it beneficial to move it to Unreal 5 for them? And it almost seemed like it was inevitable for them to build something on the Unreal 5 platform because it is an epic platform. Like Unreal is Epic's platform, let's say that. But I feel like this might actually be Rocket League 2 that we're hearing about early on.
Maybe.
Well, it could be one of those things where it's like, we're intending to just update the main game. Yeah, update the main game to the new fucking engine, but I feel like they reserve the right to just start developing a new thing, midway through production if they see that they're like it's beneficial for them to do so, you know what I mean?
Like I just don't see it from a money standpoint where it would be a benefit to them to move it to Unreal 5.
Right, because it's not like with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild where they started developing Breath of the Wild 2 as a DLC to the first game and just decided midway through that they were like, fuck it, we're going to make a whole new game.
Because my whole thing is, where do they make the money at?
Good question.
The hope that it makes the
Nah, the companies don't go on hope, buddy.
Well, no. What I'm saying, their idea is like they with Unreal 5 you can make
you can do shit a lot simpler. Don't get me wrong.
Not simpler. It's also like, but you got to think like, you know how we joke about the gold explosions, like your ability to take a lot of the elements in the game that we already have to currently pay for and make it to where we're going to be more so appealing to us that we want to buy it again, right? He's like, we covet the animated decals. Can you imagine what some of that shit would look like in Unreal 5?
Again.
I mean, fair enough, but when they did that with Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, people were pissed.
Again, I never said these companies were smart.
Fair enough.
Epic is pretty fucking smart. I haven't seen Epic make a misstep from making money.
Mm-hmm.
From a money making standpoint, I haven't really seen them take too many L's, bro.
Not too many.
And granted,
they seem to know how to get to the money. So that's why I'm like, where's the money in this? That's why that's the only thing I'm looking at. Like, I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
There could be money in it on the back end.
Yeah.
But on the front end, where are they gonna make that money from? Because they're not selling this game. Remember that.
Well, yeah,
this
and
game is now free to play.
And that's what I'm getting at. Is I think that, with Rocket League, I don't think Rocket League 2 would have to be such a dynamic change that you risk alienating your current player base, right? Right, because to get me to pay for something new, it's got to be so different that it's no longer technically Rocket League. Because where it's at right now, like changing anything in the game makes it not Rocket League. Like that's kind of unfortunate. So they might be putting their eggs in the. We need to make this to where we can like make our fucking not only community happy, so they keep buying our bullshit that we're fucking churning out. Right, I think that's what they're looking at, is making this game like the new League of Legends.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. Is like with esports, it's a little bit different. They treat it a little bit differently. You know what I mean? Like, for example, with real sports, you don't see us coming out with like basketball 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point? You know?
Yeah.
But I mean, annually we get a new basketball game, and it's basically the same shit with a roster.
Exactly, yeah. And it's pointless. I criticize it for that reason. You know what I mean? Usually, personally.
Again, but they know consumers will buy. So I don't see why they couldn't make a Rocket League 2 and basically do the same shit over again.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they went that way, especially since it is a little bit different than real life sports. But I mean, even still, I just don't. I think it stands to reason that they might just take a look at it and be like, man, if we want to update the game and change the rules, we'll just update the game and change the rules. Yeah. You know what I mean? At least to some degree, because they already have a player base, you know. So I don't know.
I'm curious how they recoup. How do you recoup? Make it a DLC. Do you know how busy people would be if they had to pay to get on the Unreal Engine?
And I think that's what they're looking at right now, is because there are instances where shit like this is happening. It was like I think it's Overwatch 2, right? Is dropping. You have to pay for it. And you basically get nothing for a quote unquote new game. You get nothing because the old players can still use their old shit and play against you. It's just like reskinned Overwatch, and it makes no sense.
And but we're gonna make you pay for it again.
So what you're saying is welcome to Call of Duty, but for Rocket League?
Possibly. Like I said, I don't know. You know, it's fucking weird.
Oh man,
it's real fucking weird because, like I said, if you look at, like I said, I don't think they're gonna go a Rocket League 2 right now unless it completely changes the game, because like the way they did the Overwatch thing, I had heard fucking nothing about it, and then it came out of nowhere, and everybody's like, "This is a fucking joke," and because it was a reskinned Overwatch, really, and they're just like, well, the only thing
like literally,
yeah, they're like, you're paying $60 for a reskinned Overwatch, and that's it. But everybody that's on the old one can still get the new stuff and still play against you. The only benefit was you get a little bit better looking game, but you have to pay a full price for it. Literally nothing changed.
Yeah, they might as well call it 1.5.
Yeah, they put in like a quote unquote new game mode, because like I said, I read into this quite a bit because I'm like, what the fuck is all the hoopla about, right? Because I don't care about the game. And they're bringing back a game mode that used to be in it and they took out, and they're just renaming it. It's like, oh.
Damn, what if they did it this fashion? And this is, man, if they steal my idea, bro, I just want a small cut. I ain't asking for too much. But a limited subscription, like a limited time, like you pay monthly until you pay it off. $5 a month for 10 months, $50 is what they gonna charge you, and then that shit just falls off.
I mean, I guess they could, but I just don't. I don't know.
Cause I just see I just don't see the benefit for them. I mean, I know it's gonna happen, but I'm curious if it's gonna happen to this version of Rocket League. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like I said, I think for them, it's. I won't say that they don't see the. I don't know how to put that. I think they're looking at it and trying to do like a risk assessment, right? Like, if we change too much, because like that's been an issue recently. Like,
Oh yeah, always. That's
but also
how much is a bridge too far?
well, yeah, and
There's always that balance point, but I mean, you got to look at again. Unfortunately, one of the leaders in this, Call of Duty. Call of Duty does a terribly great job at making the same game.
yeah, but I mean that just has like a retarded fan base of shit for no good reason half the time. Like they hate the game so much they keep playing it.
Yeah.
Like even through the bad ones. But at the same time, you've seen a huge dip in Call of Duty though. Like granted, they still have their E League stuff, blah blah, but it's not even beating certain fucking esports titles that it should in like ratings and stuff and like how many people watch it. It's doing a horrible job.
There's a few things that play into that, like them having all these metas, them.
Well, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. But
the base of COD, and I mean, but the base of COD ran for 15 years. How long? When did Modern Warfare the first one come out? And I'm just going off of that structure because COD has been around before Modern Warfare.
2006, 7, somewhere in that ballpark.
So yeah, about 10ish years, maybe a little bit more. So I mean, that running the circle shit ran its course for quite some time until we got this new battle royale, which is merged GTA, and that's what I was gonna say. Like, if that's the case, then why wouldn't other gamers? I mean, game companies move their shit to the upgraded version?
Because it's technically because Call of Duty is technically like an anomaly in that sense.
Well, they also run on it, and this is something that I learned from the leaks and shit. Depending on who makes what, and I think they fall under this category.
Sorry to interrupt, but Modern Warfare released in 2007.
Okay,
just Googled it.
Damn, you got a good ass memory, Dragon.
Unfortunately, I don't like it sometimes.
But like GTA, could you imagine GTA on Unreal 5? That shit would be bananas. But we'll never get that.
Well, yeah.
Not in GTA 5. It'll be in the form of a new game.
True.
Reskin for.
Yeah, but I said, there's certain games that like they have
just dumb and vibe regardless.
Yeah, but at the same time, like you got to think like I don't like using these examples, but they're the few that you have, and like the companies have leaned into that. League of Legends, Dota, and Dota 2, right? Like Dota 2 has been the same fucking game for a long time now. League of Legends, literally the same. It's been visually upgraded more than once. They've talked about finding ways of putting it in new shit, but they're having issues with trying to find out how to do that without breaking the game. You know.
But that's my whole point. They're not moving it to a whole new engine.
Well, they want to. Because they're on. You gotta remember. League of Legends. It's on such an old, outdated system. Like it's still on a launcher system. So like,
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
They want to update it, but they're. It's been around for so long and so much shit. Like they're not sure how they can get people's stuff to transfer if they did it, and I think that's kind of
migrate it.
Yeah, I think that's where they're at with Rocket League. Is like, granted, it hasn't been around that long, but it's been around long enough. Like, both of us are still a little sick over some of the shit we lost from the move from fucking Xbox to PC. Can you imagine somebody that hasn't moved and you're telling them, oh, all that shit, the literal hundreds of dollars you dumped in that last game? Sorry about your bad luck.
That's why I mean that's part of the game though. That's part of what happened when they move over. That's why I don't believe in buying all these skins and shit. And I don't know why I did it for Rocket League.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it's one of the few times that you can say that, because there's only so many titles. Like these other games, like Rocket League, League of Legends, all these, they were doing this before your CODs, right? Like, you know what I mean?
So and it makes sense for them to do it also.
Because they were expecting a longevity of a game, right? Now they're past kind of that point of no return. Right? If they were gonna do a new game, we've kind of eclipsed that mark now. If you do a new game, you're kind of, that's where you're at. You're gonna alienate part of your face. And then like I said, I'm not trying to say they're right or wrong on whichever way they choose, because only time will tell. Right?
I mean, we just trying to guesstimate what will happen, and trying to figure it out based on kind of what's out there. I'm looking at it from a money aspect, and I think you're looking at it more from a player based aspect.
Not really a player base, because like I said, like
you might lose your community.
Well, yeah,
which is telling me.
Is that's one of the things though. Right now, a lot of
or your community may not move with you. Let's say it that way.
To an extent, but like I said, it's still a risk for them, because right now they're still getting money. Like Rocket League's still making good money, and they made enough for the whopping $20 you had to spend on it in the first place, off of a ton of us. And then they turn around and, like, before they got rid of the loot system, bro, people were dropping an insane amount of money, like mad ignorant money.
I used to love the crate system. I ain't gonna lie. I used to spend bread on the crate system.
And like fun. You got to think, like, you got people like Athena, John Sandman, what's the other guy's name? I can't remember his name now.
There was Sunless Con. There was Phantom. There was Sunless.
Yeah.
There was.
They're buying upwards of $1,000 worth of crates in a month.
Oh yeah.
Because they're talking about, like, oh, we're open at 800 crates today. What?
Oh, but they would also have partnerships with companies.
Well, still, partnerships or not, the company at the end of the day still made at least $500 off that person. That's
definitely.
That's an insane amount. Like, you know what I mean? You know how many people have to buy your game to make that much in one day? And this one guy did it. And like I said, I think I've seen John Sandman do like 1,000 crate opening more than once. That's fucking retarded.
None of that even matters. As soon as they put their money into the system, it don't matter if they buy crates or not. Once they purchase the credits,
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now
they've already bought in. But yeah, no, I understand it.
They've made quite a bit of money off of the system, and like, it's one of those where it's like, when do you, like, I understand
where to make money? Never.
Well, yeah, but that's kind of where it's at though. Like, they're still making good money. Like, I understand, like, what you're talking about, but that's where we're kind of like at that weird crossroads. It's like, you want to change because you think it'll be beneficial, but at the same time, what you got going on, you don't fix what's not, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Jeez. It's we're at that point to where those two meet though, right? Where you want to do something new with the promise of possibly more, but you also don't want to fuck up what's not. It's still working, and if anything,
you don't want to fuck up your fan base by giving them something that they never asked for.
Yeah, and we've seen it backfire a couple times. Like, and like I said, I'm not saying that they won't do it, because if I've learned anything about Psyonix, they do some shit sometimes that'll make me want to fucking boy.
But I mean, again, so I'm gonna just say it like this. What if they move it to Unreal 5 and it just doesn't perform the same way?
I mean, to an extent, it will and won't. There'll be elements that probably will work the same, because it's based on the same technical engine, right? So like, Unreal's always prided, like, so I think from like a gameplay standpoint, it shouldn't be too much different. I think, right? Because it's not like they're going from Unreal to Frostbite, right? It's Unreal to Unreal, and Unreal's biggest thing is it's always been like this real. You can manipulate physics a certain way, blah 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 blah, all that good shit. As long as they can figure out how to make sure that stays whatever, the other dumb shit is kind of where it may go awry. I think. Um,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like I said, the change might be easier than we think, and we're looking too much into it. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I mean, we may be overcomplicating it, but for them to be bringing in somebody, and this is the only reason. Again, I'm looking at your article that you posted.
Yeah.
This was discovered because it looks like a posting went live for somebody for data migration from Unreal to Unreal 5, from what they're currently on to what they
Yeah.
to. Um,
And that might be just like Psyonix as a whole, though, like or like whatever that blah blah. Blah.
well, I read a little bit deeper into it, and it looks like Psyonix confirmed that's what was occurring. Is there was a move from, or they're looking to move Rocket League over to a new platform. But
Yeah.
in doing so, and this is where my mind started to churn at. In doing so, what benefit did they gain? I mean, don't get me wrong; they're able to drop different content for customers, but you're bringing on a new resource. That means money. This resource, and it's not going to be a single resource. I'm assuming. I'm assuming there's going to be multiple resources. You're bringing these people on to move the current game to a new platform. I don't know how labor intensive it is. Maybe it's not labor intensive
Mhm.
at all. Maybe they've designed it where games could easily migrate over. But I don't know. I'm a little shocked that the play is going to be to move it over to a new platform and continue to develop on this same game instead of build out onto the new platform, give us something similar, the same, but different enough to make people want to purchase.
I kind of see where you're coming from, but it's one of those like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is us kind of trying to forecast what they're gonna do
Mhm.
based on what we have out here, but I just find it interesting that I mean maybe the game as it stands today makes enough money to negate any need to go and build out a new game. Maybe they just feel like by moving it, they could still sustain enough of a revenue stream to justify the move.
That's kind of where I think they're at. 'Cause like I said, from their current like just from the Rocket Pass alone, like 'cause most people aren't smart enough to loop their money, right? They're just not.
Yeah,
And people are like, oh no no no, it's a simple thing, bro. If you're a gamer and you played enough with gamers, people overlook some of the simplest shit all the time in gaming in and of itself. For God's sake.
definitely.
So yeah, a lot of people don't know how to loop their money out. So what we're talking about is in most of these, if you play the game religiously enough and you buy one of their passes, you'll play it to the point where you earn back the money that you spent into it. Most games do this. I want to say I've run across one or two battle passes that don't, but most games you will earn the currency back in which you spent. So Rocket League, it is 1,000 credits to purchase the Rocket Pass. You have to get the level 80 to get your money back.
Yeah, I think COD was one of the ones that did. And I think you lost like $1 every time.
Yeah, yeah. There's a few that'll do that. They'll jingle you a little bit, but it takes you a while before it starts. Rocket League's one of the few. League of Legends is kind of same, but they don't have a battle pass. It's more like an event thing that you
Yeah,
whatever. Um, so there are instances where like you're not gonna be able to get your shit.
yeah,
But I think from that though, I think definitely probably making a decent amount of money um off of stuff like that currently. Because I know me and you, like I said, we've had the battle pass. We still spend a little bit here and there. Um, and even then, that's being conservative, right? Like saying a good chunk of their player base is similar in that way, right? Because
yeah.
a lot of the newer players don't, you know, there's been a
You
huge
motherfuckers
influx.
be spending, bruh.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers be spending.
So I think that they still are making enough money to where the move for them is just like a smart move, right? Like to try to keep their cash cow alive, so to speak, and make sure nothing happens to it.
That's what I find to be interesting. So I'm curious to see what we get out of this.
Yeah.
I don't want to dwell on it for too long. My mind just always goes to where's the money at in it because I know that's the bottom line of of them doing anything basically.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
in
curious.
that regard, I don't disagree with you at all. Like, um, but I
But
guess we'll
then
see.
again, it could be a whole cost saving effort. It may actually, in the long run, cost them less to operate the game, less resources if they move it over to
Yeah,
Unreal Engine. So in the long run, they may end up saving money in that way. Who knows? But I don't know. I'm interested because I've seen what Unreal can do. I'm curious what they'll do with it.
yeah.
Is kind of my thing. So, but we can move forward. I don't want to dwell on this much longer.
All
I
right.
know people probably tired of us talking about Rocket League to fucking death, but it's what we play. It's
Yeah.
it's it's an up and coming esport, honestly, and it's a very interesting game. So we're gonna continue to talk about it. Eat a dick if you don't like it.
Yeah. So on to the next thing. Something I know our handful of listeners love. Some more Battlefield talk. It has appeared that Battlefield has been data mined. Um, to the point where we know where a lot of things on the what could be attached to things.
Yeah.
So he gave us a look at the M5A3 assault rifle can be equipped with in the game. 3 different barrel types, 3 different muzzle types, 30 different suppressors, 4 different grips, 4 different ammo types slash magazines, 13 scopes, plus a bipod, blah 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 blah, blah. All types of crazy shit.
Bruh, that's always been one of my favorite parts of that
Mhm.
game. The customization has always been top notch. But go ahead, continue.
But so we've got data miners out there trying to drop us a little details on what can be customized. I know I'd heard some people.
And I'm gonna say this also. I'm always skeptical about that type of shit because we're on the road to launch, right?
Yeah,
So to me, when they drop shit like this, or when shit like this appears kind of out of nowhere, to me, it's like it almost feels like marketing. It may not be. It may really be
I
some
totally
marketing.
agree. That's something that I thought about bringing up earlier is that if I were a developer, I would secretly drop things like as
Yeah,
leaks just to see how the public opinion was about it. Or I would use memes to my advantage. You know what
yeah,
I mean? I'd make
definitely.
a meme talking about how this feature should be added to this game. What do
mm-hmm.
y'all think?
Yep.
And then see how the public reacts to it because that's totally anonymous and nobody's going to suspect
Mm-hmm.
that you're the that the people behind it are the ones that are doing it.
That's why whenever you say shit like this, like with the leak or somebody was data mining,
Yeah.
I'm like, I somebody put that shit out.
I mean, there's a chance. There's definitely a
Don't get
chance.
me wrong.
It's one of those where like we're not
It's
sure how or why or what, but what we
it's
do know.
information that is pertinent to the game because
Yeah.
I mean you want to know kind of what you're getting,
Yeah.
or are you getting what you expect to be getting? And that's
Yeah.
kind of what that message confirmed. Like, oh, you remember all that customization you could do before?
It's still
That's
there.
in this new game. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually we've enhanced it. We before we may have only given you 5 to 10. Now we up to about 13, 14. Basically, if it's in the real world, we kind of put it in the game
Yeah.
type of deal.
And it's one of the things where it's like like I said, I know some people had talked about they were worried about like, oh, is this Battlefield gonna like not have this much? Because I want to say people complained about Hardline or one of the games not having supposedly like enough this or that or not having whatever.
First of all, Hardline was doo doo.
But again, um, I'd I'd heard a little bit about it here and there. Um, so it's kind of nice to see that it's like, yeah, okay, no big deal, right? Like a lot of what we expect to be there is going to be there. Um, I don't know how much of that really necessarily matters at the end of the day, but it's nice to see, right? Like, okay, so we're still going to get your traditional battlefield craziness where, you know, this gun matters for this reason, that gun matters for that reason type of shit, right? Like,
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
shit
I
like
mean,
that is it's nice
they
to make sure that it's like, okay, so this is the battlefield that I still know and love. Right, right, right. Okay.
and I'm a go back to this. Battlefield has been selling us the same game for
Mm.
quite some time now, but the thing that we want is we want more map destruction. We want everything Unreal is able to offer us.
Oh, the
That's
frostbite. This is frostbite engine.
it is Frostbite engine, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Mm. Never mind.
Yeah,
I
the
want it. I want everything Unreal is able to offer. Maybe
yeah.
that's just me as a consumer. Man, once
No,
I seen Unreal and how they were fucking designing that Unreal, that shit looked amazing to me.
yeah, the Unreal Engine is kind of like the pinnacle of how beautiful a game can look and a lot of features that gamers want.
It is
Frostbite
an EA game.
is more of a
Isn't Frostbite EA's
yeah,
proprietary
yeah, it's the
shit?
one. It's a tongue in cheek version of physics based shit.
Yeah. Now I'm not as happy. Oh, I swore I was getting Unreal 5 with this.
No,
Oh man.
no, you're
But
getting
I mean, there'll be more destruction. There'll be more
yeah.
other shit. But
We are getting a supposed like newer version of the frostbite in this one. That's why things are supposedly.
yeah,
I don't. It's EA. You don't know how much they're actually just selling you some bullshit. They're good about that. In fact,
facts.
they're one of the best at it. So I
Top
can't hate
notch,
them.
baby.
I can't hate them for it. You know. Uh, I guess I can, but it'd be pointless because I'm still gonna buy it. Um, it's redundant to be mad at something that you're gonna contribute to. Um, I mean, at the end of the day, it's gotten better. You know, it's definitely not fucking Unreal or anything, but the Frostbite engine's gotten better and better. Um, it's still one of the better engines out there that's not Unreal. That's saying something in and of itself, you know. So, from what we've seen, it looks amazing. It looks like it'll do what we damn sure hope it's going to do, which is tear
Oh yeah,
shit to pieces. Um, that's
oh
kind of
yeah.
that's kind
I'm
of a
just
key.
curious. Always with these type of games, man. What's gonna be new? What's gonna be fun about it? The
True,
old
true.
games modes are fucking classic. They're fun. I remember when I think it was Gold Rush. Gold Rush came out on like Bad Company. That shit was fire for like 2 seconds, and then but again, it only needed to be fire for 2 seconds because the base game was so fucking crazy.
True.
Um, Hardline was birthed out of a game mode actually, and they tried to hash it out, but it kind of went against everything that made Battlefield dope.
Yeah.
Like it basically they tried to turn Battlefield into Call of Duty, and nobody wanted that shit. Nobody asked for that shit. We wanted Battlefield to be Battlefield. They put players on small maps. They basically took out a lot of the elements of destruction because you were bank robbers and you had to do specific shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm curious what they'll do. And from the sound of it, it sounds like they throwing their motherfucking everything into the bag.
Yeah.
Um, where they're giving you other game variants. They're giving like it sounds like this is the Hail Mary from them. In all honesty, this is like you know what we never wanted to create a fucking battle royale out of this game. So let us throw the Hail Mary, and if y'all fuck with us and like this shit, then we're gonna give you everything you could think of to
Fair
keep
enough.
you appeased. Cause right now, man, fucking battle royales are the fucking wave. And while it was cute for like 2 seconds, it's starting to get old, bruh. Because nobody is really truly adding anything to these battle royales. I haven't seen a new anything for a battle royale in a while.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot to do with it.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'd be curious. I'm curious, man. I'm hella excited for what this could be.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
damn, man, can we make this shit happen like now? Like now?
Not quite.
I'm ready to fucking tank my fucking 1070 on this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I beta for that shit. I'm willing to destroy my graphics card for y'all.
Next month. No time yet, but it's supposed to be when the beta comes out.
Yeah, I know. I'm supposed to be out of town too for a month, bruh.
Motherfucker.
I haven't booked my shit, but I think I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this because I got some obligations that I gotta be here for, so I don't think I can go for September. I may be gone for like
Yeah.
I may be gone for like October through November, so I may end up taking my PC with me or something. I don't know, or I buy a gaming laptop,
Yeah.
something. I'm gonna figure something out, but I'm pretty sure I'll be in Pittsburgh for like 2 weeks in September, and then I might fuck around and be up there for the rest of the year. I need a house sitter.
Damn it, man.
I want to float around the East Coast a little bit. I want to go to New York and shit. But that's me personally. I don't want to get too deep into that. Not yet. Not
Not
while we
yet.
still talking about Battlefield.
This
Fuckers,
motherfucker.
y'all thought y'all was out of it. Man, what are you excited about Battlefield? Like what aspect of Battlefield excites you?
Mm,
Is there any one particular thing, or is it just the overall?
the
I'm
overall
ready for the
experience.
shooter.
Just that. The Battlefield experience is different. That's what makes the game fun and unique to me. Um, it's really hard to explain, right? Like
Yeah.
Battlefield's such a different creature. Um, that
I'm hoping, man.
that's what makes it fun. You know, it's
I'm
just
hoping we can get the old clan back together. At least some of it. Like it was fun,
yeah,
man. Coming together with tragedy, goddamn soy, goddamn Vader, and
yeah.
getting on COD. Oh man, the conversations, the fucking jokes,
Mm-hmm.
being with the clan was fucking. It's
It was
fucking
nice.
an experience, yeah. So I'm hoping, man. That's what I'm hoping for, man. They bring us back because right now we are fragmented, man. The beautiful thing about it, man, is everybody seems to be wanting to go cross-platform play.
yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting, man. I can't wait. I'm a fucking Battlefield fan. I love shooting people. The only thing I did hate is their unlocking of weapon, like what is it,
Oh,
sights and
yeah.
accessories.
That's one of the few things I like. I know a lot of people don't, but I like it because it gives me something to work towards.
No,
Look,
I like that. I like that it gives you something to work towards, but the randomness of theirs was what I hated.
to an extent, yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Because you for theirs, it wasn't always a straight path to getting a specific like attachment. It would come through crates.
Some, yes, yeah, some definitely was a pain in the ass to get.
Yeah, buddy.
Like I
Be
can't even
like,
front.
bruh, who does this? Who raised y'all? That's how I just feel.
Fair enough.
Parents didn't love you, not properly at least.
They didn't give you all
Like,
the hugs you wanted,
bruh, they didn't give you all the Oreos you wanted, so here you are taking it out on us and
bro.
just giving us random shit that we never asked for. I didn't want this.
Fair enough.
I didn't need this camo for the 18th time.
Fair
It is what it
enough.
is. Maybe that's just me being a little salty because I wasn't getting what I wanted.
There's a chance. There's a chance.
But so,
This dumbass.
man, no, I'm super excited about this game. I really can't wait for the fucking drop. When the beta goes live, I can't wait. Shit should be fun as fuck.
Yeah, I forgot that you said you might be out of town when that happens, and that for those that don't know, I'm an asshole, so this brings me great joy. Um, and
For those that don't know, I have money in my account and I will go buy a computer. No.
this motherfucker, don't let him lie. This motherfucker rich. So if he ever try to tell you he's a poor black man, don't listen to him. Oh.
I am that of poorness.
I
also am that of black.
I need you.
So when I combine the two, I'm a poor black man out here trying to make it.
I need your level of poor in my life. That would be nice.
Yo, water almost just came out my nose, bro.
Oh shit. All right. On another front, I've been playing a game that Android had told me about. We had talked about a while back. It is Pokemon Unite. The only reason I was going to really bring it up very much is because it is going to, of course, go to mobile phone here next month, I think. Yeah. And there was some stuff like if you have it on the Switch, blah blah blah, you get, for some reason you get rewarded. Cool. I'm kind of excited about that. It's cool that I could play it on my phone. I won't say I'm a fan of the game, and I won't say I don't like the game. I know that's kind of like a retarded ass statement.
Give us what you like about it. Give us what you dislike.
It's flat, very flat. That's what I don't like about it.
Ugh.
It's a brand new game, and for somebody that's played some MOBAs, it's super flat. But at the same time, it's kind of expected, right? I don't log into the game and feel excited to like do XYZ. It's like I'm more of logging into the game just to get good.
Yeah.
And learn champions that I want to learn. Or, well, forgive me, Pokemon I want to learn. Forgive me.
Are there streams of this game? I have to check this shit out.
There should be.
I'm on Twitch right now. I'm about to check it out.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played much Pokemon Unite here, like especially recently, but I still like it a lot. You know, I have a hard time committing to games like that after a minute because it's like I realize that I'm spending all my time on this shit, and I have other things I want to do. It's fun though. I like it. I've gotten pretty good at some of the Pokemon. Yeah, I almost call them champions too.
Yeah.
So would you choose the Pokemon or do you choose a trainer?
You choose the Pokemon.
Yeah.
And you can customize your trainer.
There's only at this level 25, right? 26 to come out soon. The 26th to come out soon. Let me rephrase that. Oh.
What happened?
So I'm trying to figure out. My Streamlabs is looking like it's frozen.
Do we need to pause for a second?
Sorry, I got some background noise.
No, you're good. No, I don't think so. It looks to be good now. I think humankind was crashing my processing power and causing Streamlabs to trip, so I just closed it. We'll talk about that game here in a minute. I'm trying to think. Like I said, it's not that I dislike it or anything. It's just the game. The level of variance in it. There's not really much there. It really does come down to, are you good? And is at least one or two of your teammates good? Because if not, FF, just go next. Because the experience when you're getting your shit pushed in is not fun. There's no real coming back from it outside of the other team just being complete fucking morons.
Yeah.
And that rarely happens. What makes it different than League of Legends is that since it's not based on like a system to where there's much variance via items and shit. If you
Yeah.
fall behind in like level, because that's what matters, right? Like it's their level. It's just GG well played. It doesn't matter if you even have one of the like hyper carries. If you get behind, your opponent's gonna smack the fuck out of you before you do any damage. So it's like, oh, cool. I got to play the game. Fun. It's not unenjoyable, but you have. That's what I'm getting at. You have to kind of enjoy the grind of it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I do to a certain extent. Like I only play like maybe 3 or 4 matches, which is like under an hour because they're 10-minute games unless the other team forfeits. That's the difference as well between it and like other MOBAs. It's set on a strict 10-minute timer. Other than that, like some of the
Yeah,
moves and stuff are fun. They're kind of cool. Uh,
it's just that right now, since it's still pretty new, it just feels a little shallow still, and
yeah,
that's part of it for me too. So I get it.
yeah. I can't sit down and play it for long periods of time, but you know, if it continues on like most MOBA paths, it should be pretty fire and cracking here pretty soon. Most MOBAs come out with not a lot. Um, I say not a lot. We're so fucking numb to shit. Um, that 26 champions or Pokemon, most of them having an alternate skin. Your trainer has a decent amount of stuff to choose from. I stress the decent amount.
Yeah, it's still pretty limited.
Yeah, it's limited, but that's also like if you look at like um League of Legends or something like that, right? Like it's you're comparing it to something that's been around for 10 fucking years, you know what I mean? Uh
Yeah.
so yeah, it feels boring, I guess, in that regard.
After a
Um
while.
but yeah, it's not you're not gonna sit down and play it for 12 hours, but right now, but you'll sit down and play it for a
Yeah,
little bit. Like you got a couple minutes, or you like maybe you were pretty close to like getting enough of the fucking in-game currency to fucking get a new Pokemon. You might run a couple rounds just to get it.
right. But I agree too. It's good to sit down and waste time on a little bit of time, but I agree. It's not like one of those things that you're gonna sit there and grind half of your day doing.
Yeah,
You know.
and like it with the limited Pokemon that you have, it is very meta stuck. So if your team does something stupid and you notice it real quick, you're kind of in trouble.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching this dude play right now. His team has a Snorlax, Gengar. What's the frog? I can't remember his name now. That does the shurikens. I can't remember his fucking name.
Yeah. Who are you watching?
Fucking
I
Greninja.
think we're watching the
Yeah,
same
Greninja.
person.
Yeah. He's a big ass Snorlax walking around getting the shit pushed in. Was it Ross Boomsock?
Nah, never mind. No,
Yeah.
we're not watching the same.
But so 3 of the Pokemon are like heavy attackers, and then they have a Machamp. That's kind of sketch because like unless you're Gengar or the Electric Kitties, I don't know that one can do a lot
Wait,
of
are you
damage.
watching Tiller?
That's what I'm saying. There's only
No.
20 something Pokemon, and you'll see them quite often, a lot of the times. Um, because they're the best ones, right? Like
Yeah.
I run, I run Gengar. Um, my sorry, my brain literally just died. Alolan, Alolan Ninetales, and right, those are the main two, Gengar and Alolan Ninetales. I just picked up Cinderace, so I've got one melee, uh, like just all in. Like if I fall behind on Gengar, I'm fucking. It's over. Like there's no hope for me because he's squishy as fuck. He can't take a hit.
Not for shit, dude.
Not for shit. Ninetales is kind of similar, but she's a range. She probably. I think she
It
has.
makes sense too.
I think she
though.
has the best range though. I think Ninetales has the best range. Well, yeah, because if Gengar, if he pops his two abilities on you die. So
This game would only be fire if there was like a story mode to me, and this is just my opinion from watching. Like, or you're locked into the Pokemon you choose, and you level them up, and you fight people at your level, and they evolve, or
So like
you
a
can make them
basic ass
evolve.
Pokemon game.
Yeah,
like I said,
because
it's fun. Like if you like,
what I'm watching right now is I can see I'm watching everything that y'all hate about the game. I'm seeing it
Mhm.
in live action.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and that's from watching for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's not like I said, but like if you watch something like League of Legends, that's what turns people off from that, right? Like, is it so overly complex that you just can't? Like, it would take you forever just to even learn how to play it, right?
Yeah, and that's something that I was saying about it too, is that Pokemon Unite feels like baby's first MOBA, just to
Mhm.
me,
Yeah,
personally.
I was gonna say
It's
this
pretty
this
simple.
game does not look difficult. It doesn't look as intense as
Yeah, it's very inoffensive.
League.
Mhm. Yeah, and it
But
really is. But again, if you're good and you understand things,
Yeah, if you're
you
coming
feel
over
it.
from League, you're gonna
You
dominate
feel
the
it.
low ranks.
Yeah, because
yeah,
like I'm watching these guys play right now, right? And the people he's playing against, I'm like, dude, they should have killed him like 4 times, even though he's a fucking annoying ass Snorlax, right?
Right.
The problem is like they just know click button. Like, no, the moves need you have to like like on
Nah,
Gengar.
kill that motherfucker.
Yeah, like on Gengar, right? When I play anything, I go do my homework after I get just a base feel of it, right? I played Pokemon Unite for 3 or 4 days, just learned the basics of how the movement works, how interacting with the Pokemon that are not controlled, so the NPC Pokemon, right? Like the as we call them in League Creeps, how they operated, damage, blah blah blah, just how to interact with the world, that type of shit. It's
yeah,
real simple, but at the same time, you want to get a feel for it because getting a feel for it when you go listen to somebody talk about it lets you understand what they're saying, right? So played 3 or 4 days like that, turned around and just went and looked at like tier lists. So what like competitive people, because they're trying to get a competitive scene behind it. What the competitive people run, what some of the best builds are, blah blah. So the build I was running with Gengar was not one of the quote unquote better builds. So I was like, all right, let me try this build. So it's Sludge Bomb into fuck, I can't remember the name of the other move. I think it's Hex. I think. So Sludge Bomb poisons them, and I believe while they're hexed, you could do like more attacks to them. If I'm not mistaken, something like that. But if you do it in reverse order, you only get one hex off and a Sludge Bomb, and you're way less efficient. And a lot of people do that because your hex is the back right button on the Switch. For those that don't know, is called ZR.
yeah,
The ZR move's usually the
Oh
more
yeah.
powerful of the two. Your R button move is kind of like your less damaging move. It's still pretty strong, but it's less damaging.
yeah,
So in this instance, you want to go R into ZR, right? Because you basically you hit them with the poison move, which allows your hex to keep stacking, so you can keep using it. Because like I said,
yeah,
if you don't, you only get one hex off, and then it's like, okay, I shot my load, I'm dead now, because that's what will happen. Um, Instead, if you sledge bomb them, then hex them, I think you could pop it 2 or 3 times. Anybody getting hit by hex with a Gengar that's not behind will get blown the fuck up. All except for somebody that's smart with their Slowbro or Snorlax so far. And even those motherfuckers get melted pretty hard. Like if I have backup, GG, well played. This game's over.
yeah.
Um, that's where, like I said, that's where it gets its little bit of fun for me is when I can exploit what our things that I played League and like understanding like how certain things work. Um, Learning how to manipulate like how certain moves work. Because like in another instance, a lot of people like to use Alola Ninetales, but they use Avalanche and something else. But I always go Aurora Beam and Blizzard people go avalanche because it'll basically push them away from you and then put up a little like snow wall from the avalanche, and they
Yeah.
use that more of like a defensive thing.
Like
Well,
back the fuck up off me.
yeah, I use Aurora Beam because it stuns them. It kind of makes them where they can't move for a second. In this game,
Yeah.
not a lot of Pokemon have that, so it's like fucking amazing when you can do it. And then so it's just auto attack them a little bit because, like I said, her range is stupid.
Yeah.
And then I just fucking hit them with like let them get close to me because they're gonna want to get close to smack me around. Aurora beam them and then use Blizzard and watch them be like, oh god, why am I almost dead? And try to run away and just keep auto attacking until they die. And it's like, fucker.
This guy.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I play Venusaur personally for my range. I play Lucario and I play Venusaur, right?
You Jewish bastard.
With Venusaur, I go Solar Beam and is it Giga Drain?
Yeah.
And I like the move that like buffs you to go a little bit faster, but it doesn't pair well with Giga Drain. And I just don't like the other move very much. I just can't remember what it is now, but I just don't like it. I've played around with it, and I feel like you can get a little bit of tech in with Venusaur if you Giga Drain and Solar Beam, because man, when you're running it, especially if you use X Speed, because that's what I use in placement of the man. I just can't think of the other move, but the one that buffs your speed in place of Solar Beam. They give you the two options.
Yeah. I'm not sure about.
Yeah, it's like Pedal Dance, maybe.
I think
something like that. I don't remember, but whatever. I use X Speed in place of it so that I can, run away. But yeah, I don't know. And for Lucario, I use the power up punch and the one with the bone. I can't remember what it's called either, but you slap them a couple times with this like bone staff, and then you throw it, and then you can jump like.
You're talking about Lucario?
Yeah, with Lucario, you can jump across.
Bone Rush.
Yeah, Bone Rush. That's the other one. And dude, that move is nasty.
So he has something similar to Gengar's. Because that's what I'm looking at right now is so you have two different versions, right?
Right.
You have the S tier list version and the A tier list version. The A list tier list version or the S tier list is, they call it the combo variant, which you use Aura Cannon, which I believe is his base attack, power up punch into Bone Rush, which is pretty standard, right? The Assassin Lucario build, which I've been hit by this and it will piss you the fuck off, is you use extreme speed, then into Bone Rush. Attacking using Lightning Force, the way to time this move resets a Pokemon with extreme speed mark or hit. Perform. Okay, yeah. So that's the one I've been hit by more than once. So basically, this motherfucker just keeps blinking around you and slaps the piss out of you, and it makes you want. It makes you want to cry.
It's so annoying because you like that power up punch is so fucking nasty, dude. It's so strong. And then you can immediately Bone Rush them and slap to the other side of them, and just auto attack them for the rest of their health down. They can't do shit about it.
Fair enough. Why would I guess if you wanted to. So like I'm looking at the non-tail builds, and they're basically like if you run. My bad, it's Dazzling Gleam. If you run Dazzling Gleam, you should run Aurora Veil. And I'm like, no, because I don't like it. Because it's it's a huge buff. But that's all it is. It's a buff. I don't like that. I understand why it's considered something, because in the other build, the CC build that they talk about, like I think I think it's dumb because they want to run Avalanche because it's a slow and puts a wall. Woo. Like, oh, Aurora Veil is a complete stun. It's a damage move plus a stun. Like it makes more sense for me to use Dazzling Gleam with Blizzard because they can't get away. So
Yeah.
and like I said, this is where like you kind of get into like the science of games, right? Dazzling Gleam. That I'll read you both of them so you can kind of understand why like it from me just reading it, it makes more sense, right? Dazzling Gleam attacks with a powerful cone of blinding light, leaving the opposing Pokemon unable to act, stunned when this move hits. Its damage is 476 at level 4, 1102 at level 15, right? So you damage and stun them, then you turn around and then hit them with your other move, which is Blizzard, which is an area attack, but it's like a aimed area attack. It basically says summons a howling blizzard in front of the user, decreasing the movement speed of opposing Pokemon for a short time, shoving and knocking back nearby Pokemon. When the blizzard hits an obstacle, it splits and spreads out to left and right. So it's a really good fucking move. And it also like if like somebody's trying to run away and you dazzling gleam them and then get to the side and like push them away from where they're trying to run back to their base, they're just done because not only have they been stunned and now slowed. When the two moves combine, it's level 6 is when you unlock this move. It's 813 plus what do I say? The other one's 400 something. Yeah, that's most Pokemon. That's most of the life of most Pokemon, and her auto attack hurts. I'm trying to see where if it shows. Yeah, stats. So her base attack, just regular attack, is 134. So you smack them with a couple autos. At level 6, you're doing 476 plus 8. That's almost 1300 damage in 2 moves. Plus, said level 6. Does her auto attack?
Give us your whole strategy, huh?
I mean, there's not.
You just went on a tangent.
You ought to get paid to coach motherfuckers right now.
Well, I can because like there's not much counter to it, right?
Right.
There's only Wigglytuff is one of the few hard counters to her because like a Snorlax and shit, as long as I make sure to dodge his fucking bullshit where he dives in on my face, he's done. He can't do shit to me. And like on stuff like on like him, when I see that attack coming, like even if I get hit by it, that's why I said I like running like the Aurora Veil because then he can't do a stupid sleep thing immediately and fucking negate half of my fucking damage.
Yeah.
That's one of those things you've got to not only understand what your Pokemon can do, but what the others do, and that's why like that's one of the main reasons I grind so much on it is because it's like a lot of times you're playing against people that are, and I'm not trying to be mean, but just not they're not smart about it, right? Like they just do whatever they think's best or fun, and a lot of times it's highly inefficient. So if I go into a game and we're stomping really fast, it's like, fuck, I'm not learning anything really, right? Like, if, I'm trying to think, because I had somebody do it the other night. Like a Charmander just runs at me just ignorantly.
Yeah.
You're not good on him until you're a Charmeleon, which I think by then you open up your second move, your better move. You're fucking weak as fuck in the early game, and if you just run at me because he has a couple range moves, right? You're asking to die, and especially if I'm a Gengar, like you're asking to die because I could dodge most of your moves with my moves. That's just
maybe because I don't play this game.
Yeah.
So as you're going along, your Pokemon is leveling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So different variant. So is there a way that are they balancing this shit out based on getting to the next level?
You level up fighting. You level up a bit fighting the mobs, but you can equip your Pokemon with held items going into a match. But when I tell you that does little to really
so like I could equip my Pokemon with a gun and he'd be elite. No, I'm just fucking.
Not
But
quite.
it's more of a stat
Yeah, no, I know
boost,
what you
right?
mean.
And but man, once you start getting higher up there in levels, it really only gives you an advantage at the beginning of the game, and really only against somebody that may not be using held items. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Somebody who doesn't have that same level of shit just coming
Right.
out the gate.
Other than that, man, if you're mid match and somebody is even 1 to 2 levels above you, you're fucked fighting that dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
If you don't have
that's
help.
normal, but I don't know. There's got to be a way of balance. I don't know. It's
Teamwork.
Pokemon,
It's really
and
teamwork.
the way they marketed Pokemon is that they level up, they turn into these different characters, and they got to utilize that, and they got to balance the system at some point, some way.
It's one of those. It's a work in progress thing. Like so far, there's
Yeah.
only been a couple that times that I've walked in, and it's like we were on equal footing, or what could have been perceived equal footing, and I just got
Yeah.
my shit pushed in, and I was like, what the fuck just happened to me? Um, again, that's knowing what the other Pokemon's good at and
Yeah.
understanding it. Um, like I said, with the Wigglytuff fucking bullshit. Um, she just has so many things in her kit that say no to you. It's obnoxious, and she does an insane amount of damage.
It's all about.
Yeah, she does quite a bit of damage. And like the couple times I've ran into her, it was always when I was in my Gengar, which is like, fuck, that is the Antichrist to him. Like if I would have been playing Ninetales, or even like I've played a couple games of Cinderace now, if I would have been playing either one of them, I would have been a lot better because they're ranged, right?
So to me, it just sounds like they've put in characters that in what the Pokeverse is are they're not evenly matched to begin with.
Uh,
Is that what I'm hearing?
no, it's just
I mean,
it. So
from what
again,
I can tell, they don't really take type advantage into consideration.
yeah, no, yeah, it's pure. It's like I said, it's pure base level. But like what I said, like the only reason that she's good against Gengar, right? Like
like because and I'm sorry to interrupt, but
no, go ahead.
there's water based because I wasn't super heavy into Pokemon growing
Yeah.
up. There's water based, there's like electric based, I guess I should say earth based and different shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Fire based
Yeah,
Pokemon.
there are
And
like all kinds of types in Pokemon.
so do
There's
they
like
factor that in? Are
No.
there elemental advantages? See, that
Nope.
would be dope.
there are 18 types in the current like
basically,
meta of Pokemon, and they
Yeah.
don't take that into consideration in Pokemon Unite at all. Might be too hard to balance right off the gate.
Yeah, possibly, but it sounds like those characters that lack in skill. If I could drag you into a part of the map that enhances my element, then it would be beneficial.
Well, and I think that's where they're at right now is they're doing simple, like just MOBA based things, right? To make it easier to keep the whatever. Because like I said, in the matchup that I was just talking about, like Wigglytuff did what Wigglytuff was supposed to do. She's basically like an annoying ass, like I think she's considered an all arounder. Let me check. Or a defender, but she does decent damage.
Did you
But
say
which
Wigglypuff or Jigglypuff?
Wigglytuff.
Wigglytuff.
Yeah, it's her evolved form.
Wigglytuff?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Jigglypuff's
okay,
evolved form.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
So her whole job is to like stifle divers and attackers. You know, that's what she does. She's a supporter, but I'm telling you right now, she is really good at making you just not be able to play. And it's fucking annoying.
It's so fucking annoying, dude. Yeah, because you come walking up on somebody and you immediately just
Sleeping
fall asleep.
Yeah.
I was about to say she put your ass
Yeah.
to sleep.
And like I said,
Put
as
your ass
a
right to
Gengar, and it's a decent range that she has around you. But like I said, with like Ninetales, I know my range is longer. But I'm a Gengar. My whole job is to be on top of you, smacking you in the face, dicking you down, fucking rough style. And she's just like, "Nope, sleep, bitch." And I'm just like, "Well, I can't play. I literally cannot play the game if she's around."
Oh so she basically just has a move that neutralizes any close attack,
Yeah.
and because she can put your ass to sleep. They need to tone it down, is what it sounds like. They just need to make you be a little bit more lethargic, not actually sleep.
Well, it's like I said, it's not a broken move, but it's one of those like when you're playing games like this.
Well, from a balancing standpoint, it sounds like it's a broken move.
No, not at all. She's not even like the worst of like considered broken. I think they
Oh,
say.
dude, yeah, it doesn't last long.
Yeah, it's not long, but it's long enough to get your shit pushed in. If because like I said, Gengar's a glass cannon.
Especially if you have teammates.
Yeah, Gengar's a glass cannon, but that's the big thing about these games. That's what's so infuriating about MOBAs is it requires your team to be there and not suck, or you're gonna get your shit kicked in. And like there's a what's this motherfucker's name? Some of these are like newer, so I don't know him so well. He is name's Talonflame. It's a bird Pokemon, right? They've got him on here as a low A, right? He is basically a fucking assassin. He comes out of nowhere and just shits on you, right? He's very much like Gengar in that respect. Like he jumps on top of your head, you die.
Yeah.
Right? And I've seen somebody play that motherfucker really good. I was playing Charmander / Charizard at the time.
Yeah.
Right, because at the time I was doing like it was my first couple of games, so it lets you pick like any of the Pokemon, so they'd like let you test them to see who's who you like and who you don't, whatever, blah blah. So I was playing him, and like the game's like my favorite Pokemon is for the longest time has been Charmander, right? So of course I'm gonna pick him. So I ran him the first handful of games. Bro, when I tell you my first 2 games, I think I sent Andrew the screenshot, or no, I was running Pikachu and then I switched over. I was stomping. Like I sent him a screenshot. My very first game, I had the most kills. I scored the most points. I was eating, bro. And then I picked fucking this dude. I figure him out. He's a little bit different. He's like you can do melee or ranged with Charizard. It's really weird. That's why it's considered an all-rounder. And I did all right. And then I fucking went up against this motherfucker playing Talonflame, and he's just beating the brakes off of me. And I'm like, what do I even do versus that? I play him again later as Ninetales, and then when he jumps on me, I just hit him with my Dazzling Gleam, and it's like, oh, so any form of CC shits on you like it does me when I'm Gengar. Okay, GG, well played. But that's one of the things that makes it really complicated is like if you have a team that's like mostly divers like Gengar, Talonflame, fucking Lucario, like yeah, you can fucking just obliterate the other team, but if they have one decent defender like a Snorlax or Slowbro or anybody or what's LD Gloss, some of these support / defenders, like they call them supports, but they're fucking, trust me, they're defenders. They take hits for days. You're fucked. And like if you jump on that motherfucker and they have some range people that you can't get to, it's like any other MOBA. Whatever better team comp wins. And in this one, this is one of the few games that like, even in the rank matches, you don't know what the other team's picking, so you're kind of picking blindly, hoping everybody picks something relevant. And I can tell you right fucking now, they don't.
Yeah, I was about to say it's probably too early in the game's development. So people come in and pick what they like instead of what's supposed to work.
That and people are just stupid. Just pretty dumb. Because a lot of stuff that like a lot of the MOBAs, so like how me and Bill were talking about Smite the other day. Like you really don't farm on the map. That's what it's called when you go kill the NPC creatures to get levels in Pokemon Unite or in League of Legends. That's how you get the money so you can buy items and level up. You should get XP from them. Some people think that you just go farm and like ignore everything else that's happening. It's like, bro, if they're taking our goals and shit, right? So like in this one, you score goals for points, right? And then you destroy them. If they're doing that and all you're doing is farming, you're not doing shit, bro. You're not. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, dude, everybody in Unite thinks they're a fucking jungler.
It's fucking obnoxious. So
it's annoying.
Like you'll see their team like move 3 top because they realize there's only 2 of you there
Yeah.
and there's only 2 bottom, so they're just like, you know, whatever, it's a wash in the bottom lane, but up top the third guy's missing or he's not bottom either, so fuck it, we'll just go up top, hope he doesn't show up. Because 9 times out of 10 he fucking won't. He'll be fucking finger dicking himself somewhere waiting for a fucking
Whoa.
Pokemon to spawn. And it's like, I can't fucking stand you.
Not the finger dicking, bro.
Bro, the finger dicking like a motherfucker. It's like I said, that's what makes it not so fun for me. Is it's I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's a newer game that has a probably a fan base that doesn't even know the first thing about how most MOBAs run or operate. And then you're playing against maybe like 2 or 3 other people that know, and your whole team does it besides you. So you're sitting there trying, and then you just get shit on because of they have a better team, and it's like fuck, this sucks. Because in that game, like I don't get anything from it besides like, okay, so I know this can't happen ever, or we'll lose. You know what I mean? Like it's basically learning because you got your hand burned, right? And that makes the game not fun sometimes. Other than that, like I said, it's not horrible. It's interesting. I'll say that much. There are certain things that I would like to see done, but I doubt that'll happen. So I don't even waste my time hoping for it too much. Um, I don't know what else they can change or what they plan to change about it to make it more interesting at this point.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if they'll ever go to like a draft system like you have in a lot of other games and stuff, or if they're just like, oh, you're gonna play blind all the time. That does matter. But I guess we'll see. It's still new. Only time will tell on that front.
Yeah. They get time to develop and get it right. What
Yes.
else we got for today?
Android just put something up. I seen the Quakes because that's how, like I said, I got Humankind. No, you're good. Um, he looks like he's got a game called Alien Fireteam. I heard the Diablo 2 beta. Halo Infinite has no campaign co-op. That's going to be a drag for a lot of people. GTA
Damn.
remasters. Looks like GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas are possibly getting remastered. I'm not too excited about that. I know some people will. I'm not that guy. Gamescom's on August 24th. Flight Simulator. 12 minutes of the game you were talking about, New World Beta.
Yep.
Avengers has a Black Panther expansion. Psychonauts 2. Yeah.
Sound like some stuff we could just cover in the next
Some of it I'm not too
keen on.
yeah. I mean, some people might like it, but I don't think very um it's kind of like light news. Um
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Like some of those I'm not too like I was going to talk about the Quakes being on the Xbox Game Pass, but I don't think very many people even really know about Quakes because you got to be like an old school gamer, right? For that shit.
Yep.
That's why I've always had kind of like a distaste for Halo, is because it's like, this is Quake, bro.
Quake, but not as good.
Yeah, pretty much.
The other thing I wanted to mention is that the Pokemon company just released a bunch of new footage for their upcoming releases. They're remaking Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to be Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And there's a little bit of controversy right now because they're adding. It's stupid. It's stupid controversy. Let me just go ahead and preface that. but they're they're re-adding the customization option for the new release, right?
Yeah.
Because a bunch of people complained that you couldn't change the outfits in the remasters for or the remakes for Ruby and Sapphire.
Uh-huh.
But along with that, they're also adding the option to like in the recent releases, you can choose your skin tone and your hair color.
Yeah.
Well, they're adding that in to the new Diamond and Pearl, and some people are happy and some people are pissed
That sounds
that
about right.
you can make your character black. You know what I mean? It's
What the
stupid.
fuck?
It's
What is
stupid.
wrong with people?
You know what I mean? It's like, well, because in the original release they, they were white, so they feel like
No, 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 no,
it's
no.
a whole thing. You know what I mean? But well, who cares? You know what I mean? Pokemon is supposed to be inviting to everybody, so who really
That's
cares?
that's my whole point. Like it's not like your character has to be black. Like,
Exactly, dude.
like so why the fuck do you
Why
care?
not be inclusive to everybody? That's the point
Right.
of Pokemon, right? But the other one is the new Arceus or Arceus
Yeah,
game that's
Arceus,
coming
yes.
out, and that shit looks fucking fire. Oh,
Looks
the other
fizzy.
thing that I wanted
Fizzity
to
fire.
mention about it, about Brilliant Diamond and Pearl, is that
Excited for those,
they
by the way.
they are fucking adding the shit from Heart Gold and Soul Silver into it, where the Pokemon follow behind you, and that right there, I've been waiting for that to be put back into the game for fucking ever since Heart Gold and Soul Silver, because it's my favorite fucking feature of it. You know
It's
what I
kind of
mean? It's
nice.
just
Yeah.
so cool. It's just so cool. But Arceus is coming out, and they're leaning into the whole thing that fans have been asking for years, which is the whole, uh, which they tried to do in Sword and Shield, but having the Pokemon show up in the environment
Yeah, yeah.
and you can actually like run around with your character and catch these motherfuckers as opposed to having to go into a fight with them. You know what I mean? Like you have to sneak up on them and throw your Pokeballs at them, whatever.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it looks like it actually looks pretty cool. It looks like they're trying hard to at least take constructive criticism. You know what I mean? Which is a
Oh, so
plus. I don't expect it to be like just a hole in one. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
no, yeah.
it's a good start. It's a good start down the right path. In my opinion. So at least they're listening.
I mean, to a degree, yeah, I'm excited about all that. Those were the games that were, I guess, for like me, like Pokemon Unite. I wasn't even going to give it the really the time of day until you started talking about it. Um, it's just one of those like a lot of the MOBAs that I've seen come out, I haven't been a big fan of, so I wasn't going to give it much of a thought. But you talked about it, you said it was all right, so I checked it out. Other than that, I was waiting on the remasters, I guess, or remakes, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Diamond and Pearl, because those were some of the. Uh,
Diamond and Pearl are so tasty, dude.
I
They're so
played.
tasty.
It was Platinum that came with it, right?
Yeah, Platinum
Yeah,
is the tertiary game. It's like the Emerald equivalent,
yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah. And that's the one
are
I had.
familiar.
So I knew of the series.
Platinum's the
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. So that was one of the games that got me back in when I'd kind of like because I'd played, you know, I played Yellow first. That was the first one I owned. I think I'd played Blue, but it was on my cousin's shit. And like I said, he ended up giving it to me, blah blah blah. And then I played Silver and Crystal because I had them all.
Crystal's the shit too.
Yeah, I had them all, but I think I gave Phil my gold version so we could fucking trade and shit. And then I didn't get to play Ruby or Sapphire. And then I got Platinum well after it had been out. Like I want to say Black and White was out by the time I got Platinum.
Yeah, don't play Ruby or Sapphire. Just play Emerald. Don't even play Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire. Play Emerald.
Well, I've played both later on different ways, but yeah, we will go
Yeah,
too much into
man.
that. But yeah, for as far as it goes with that, with like Pokemon, those were the games I was looking for. Like RC, like I've been hoping that I hope they don't fuck that shit up. Um, I like some of the shit I heard about Diamond and Pearl, but it's been a while since I've heard anything on it. In fact, I still don't think they've confirmed when. To my knowledge, I could be wrong. Fuck.
Yeah.
try not to look at like release dates too much because I start getting hacked. We have this Battlefield complex, and I try not to do that with most games. But
it's the hardest shit to do, bro.
Yeah, basically,
we just be seeing the potential of shit.
Yeah. But on some closing arguments, I did want to kind of go over Humankind real quick. I've been playing it for a couple days now. I was literally just playing it a minute ago for it tried to crash my computer, I guess. No, I think I was doing too much and I was taxing my CPU. Don't have your shit set on like excessive settings when you're trying to do other things that day. It's not a good idea, kids. I like my games to be beautiful, bitch. It's fuck. I don't even know how to describe it. It is it fuck. I want to say the statement, but it's not accurate in and of itself. You're getting what you think you're getting if you think you're getting something similar to Civ, but you are not. A lot of the like it feels like a Civ game, but she don't act like a Civ game. She look kind of like a Civ game, but she don't look like a Civ game. Like I would have to stream it for you to see what I'm talking about. Like the way you move around the map, other stuff.
Going to war.
Yeah, the fighting, the battle aspect is completely different. Think of something more along the lines of like Rome Total War, except you don't do the like micro whatever blah blah. You can implement strategies, use terrain to your advantage, and all types of dumb shit. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm still on my very first playthrough. From what I understand, it only goes to like turn 300, so I'm like almost, or maybe it's more. I can't remember. I'm on turn like 100 something. Anyways, it's different and interesting. I'm liking it so far. Like I said, it's the first playthrough, so I'm probably fucking a ton of shit up. So if you played Civ, you pick your civilization. That's that. We've talked about it. Humankind is different. You literally start off as nomads. You're nobody. You don't create quotation marks here, kids. You don't create cities. You create outposts that you can later turn into cities. That's how you claim set territory. These territories are already preset on the map, right? So you have to put an outpost in each one to claim it. I don't know if it's wise to do more than, like I said, it's first playthrough. I haven't looked into the game. I'm gonna play it a couple of times, like I do every game, on my own before I go get outside influence. Right? It's one of the things I do a lot. The way you get to pick what they call culture here, which is basically civilization, is you have to earn what's called era stars. Era stars can be earned through expansion, building, the science, which a lot of the times is via getting what's called curiosity nodes. That are these little things that show up on the map. And warring. Now, once you get a star, it's harder to get the next star within that said category. So if you're getting like the science was like, if it took you like 3 curiosity to get your first star, it'll take you way more, and you may have to do something different. It breaks it down, but you have to get like 13 stars or 9 stars, something stupid, to get to where you can get to your next culture. So it's relevant that you find what you can do best to continue progressing through the cultures, because it is a first come first serve on the cultures. If there's like 8 cultures to pick, and I want to say it's like 6 players, right? Whoever gets to that era first gets to pick first, and then you can't have that culture. So it is relevant. Stuff like that. Like I said, it feels kind of like Civ, but it don't feel like Civ, bro. It's pretty interesting. Like I said, right now,
close but no cigar.
Yeah, it's definitely got my interest. I'm finding it entertaining. I don't know if it's that new car smell, but we're in this bitch, and I actively want to play it. I just know it's a huge time dump, so I try to stay away from it. because it's one of those that will eat my soul if I let it. And I'm just like, you set the fuck over there for a minute. So it's pretty cool so far. Like I said, if you have Xbox Game Pass for the PC, it is free. I encourage everybody to get it if you have that. I've encouraged Life to get it. I want him to download it because if I do another play, I want to do an online one. So
man, I might get the Game Pass so I can play with you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Well, cancel your EA and then get the Game Pass because it comes with the Game Pass Ultimate for 15, so you get both.
Shit.
Yeah. So there's that. I meant to tell you that the other day. I just keep forgetting. Shit happens.
You smoke.
No, that's just because I have a bunch of useless information like when COD 4 came out instead of.
I just wanted to say that, bro.
Yeah.
Because it sounded better.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it does. It sounds way better. Then I have useless information like when COD 4 came out instead of, what the fuck I did yesterday in my mind.
Exactly.
Welcome to How My Mind Works. It's pretty tasty. Like I said, I enjoy it. I think it's kind of fun. So if you get it, like I said, if you've got Xbox Game Pass and you're on the PC, it's free. I don't know if it's going to stay around, but you'll at least get to play it and see if you really like it and want to pay for it down the road. Like I said, I think it's fun if you're into that type of game. It's really right there. It's probably the closest thing that I've played to Civ that made me feel a similar experience, but it was different enough to where it wasn't just like a reskin Civ. Like it's got its own little features that are different and that are unique that make it kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely worth a try. Everybody likes making their civilization.
Did you just combine try and shot?
Yeah, sure.
This is worth a try.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure I right. Wait, what?
I'm starting to get hungry and I was looking at my food.
Bruh. I thought I was the only way. I'm on DoorDash right now.
Before I got on here,
my ADHD. Well, I picked up something to snack on during the podcast, but I hadn't really gotten hungry until like the past 15 minutes. And I got these little kind of like snack trays, with the little cookie or the not the cookies, the crackers and the meat, and cheese.
Yeah.
Like the not
All right,
Lunchables.
Bro, we can hear you rattling through your goddamn bag.
I was getting my drink; it was stuck to the back. I got my Big Blue over here. It's looking tasty. So just had a sip of my energy drink left. Don't you hate when you
Blue? You mean shitty cream soda?
Something like that. Well, where I went, they didn't have the good cream sodas, so I got the next best thing.
Now, Big Blue and Coconut Ciroc is fucking amazing. It tastes like a snow cone, bro. It's such a great drink, and will get you.
Bro, I bet that shit is actually pretty fire.
It is. It's actually hella good, and will get you nice and drunk.
Fuck that.
And this I believe. This I completely believe. But yeah, did y'all have anything closing? Because like I said, I didn't want to go too deep on Humankind. I think it's worth a play.
No, I'm gonna definitely check it out. I gotta put my my hard drive back onto my computer. I just been being lazy and never plugged it back up. But right. I need to I gotta put. There's another game that I had purchased and never downloaded it because I wanted to put it on the hard drive and not on my main computer. So
fair enough.
I'm gonna definitely check out Humankind, but I think I'm gonna start streaming another game. Fuck, I can't even remember the name of the game. I bought it so long ago.
This motherfucker. But yeah, Andrew, I think you're back in the PC world, right?
Yeah, I got the PC running again. So.
Well, the main reason I was like, I actually wanted to play a little Need for Speed. Not like there's a lot for me to do, just because I want to kick both your asses again.
I ain't even got my PlayStation hooked up right now, big dog. Just gonna be honest with you.
Killing me.
Nah, I think I'm gonna start streaming Days Gone in the evenings after I'm done playing Rocket League.
That game's hardcore.
The game looks like it's gonna be fire. So yeah, I'll probably start streaming that when I plug my fucking hard drive in.
So kids coming 2022, Lots gonna stream Days Gone.
No shit.
Okay.
There's like no argument there.
What a piece of shit. I'm like, damn, he got me on that one. Like,
we're those type of people where we got to talk a little shit to one another because it'll make the other motherfucker do some shit. We can't let that motherfucker be right. We just can't.
Facts.
Speaking of which, I might have to bust your ass on stream on some Madden sometime.
Man, I do have that downloaded already, so I need to actually play that shit.
Mm-hmm. But y'all got anything else y'all wanted to mention real quick?
Nada.
Oh man, just I feel like we'll have more talking points after Gamescom, probably.
Possibly. There's a chance, yeah.
That's about it.
Hell yeah. All right. As usual, I have my my motherfucking Twitch shit in the description. Right now my streaming schedule's fucked because I've been having to work till 9, which means I just don't have time to really stream because it's late as fuck. Hopefully in a week or two that'll change. I'm hoping. If not, I'll figure something out. I'm streaming somehow. We'll be streaming this evening here after the show. Other than that, I've got nothing else. Please do leave us some comments if you're listening. Let us know what's up, what you like, what you don't like, any of that bullshit. Or just tell us to fuck off and die. I enjoy that too. You'll give me a chuckle. If you think it's cool, please do leave us a like. Until next time, motherfuckers, get on my level.